if you guys enjoy the content on my art videos, you can find me on YouTube, Instagram, Odyssey. You can also find me on TikTok as well. Okay, with that said, let's see what we can learn today. Alright. Hello everybody, welcome back. My name is Artextric, and today we are going to be focusing on clothing. It is nice to see you guys once again. I think the videos has been getting good, reviews and stuff like that, and I'm happy that you guys are enjoying them or commenting on them, whether it be on Instagram, the live streams, or even on here on YouTube. Great stuff. Today we're going to be working on clothing. Shout out to Marcos for actually asking this question on Instagram. No, it was not Instagram, it was YouTube, my bad. On YouTube, thank you for asking and suggesting that. Just to let you guys know, if you guys want to suggest something, and it may be in the next video, depending on what the subject is, and I'll try to, not just one person, but I'll get a bunch of people in, just like how they do it in, I think, Onyx trailers or something like that, if you guys are familiar with that channel, and stuff like that. But thank you, Marks, for asking that question. And yes, we're going to be doing clothing. So, on this particular subject, I think this issue it could be easy and hard at the same time. I think the reason why this could be easy is because I think anyone with a brain can literally draw a shirt. But I think the problem is keeping it consistent to make it as realistic or believable as possible. I think that's the problem. Drawing a shirt, I don't think is the issue. I think it's just literally making it seem like not only it's supposed to be a shirt, but it resembles that of a literal shirt. And what I mean by this is the behavior of a shirt, not the shirt itself. Now, I think the issue is that we think that all shirts, hoodies, jackets all work the same. They do, but the issue is that they don't at the same time. There's certain characteristics, properties, or behaviors that certain fabric have that others just don't behave in certain situations. Yes, if you bend your arm, most likely and so whatever fabric you're wearing will wrinkle in some form, but it's not going to wrinkle as much as others. So let me use an example, and just to let you guys know, what you're seeing here with these models, these drawing models here, they're not my drawings. I did not draw them. These are just for references I found on Pinterest. I was going to draw my own, but then again I said, you know what, I just want you guys to get the overall understanding of this so we can just, get the point across. But shout outs to the person who actually made this. I'm not sure who made it, so if you can let me know who's the famous artist who did this, please let me know. I would like to give them at least a shout out in the descriptions in some form. Good stuff. But these are great models. These are great reference models. If you want to use them, I'll put them in the links in the description, and where I found them on Pinterest, and you guys can probably use them as a practice method. I'm just letting you guys know I don't own the drawings here. I don't own any of these stuff here. I'm just using them for educational purposes. Just educational purposes. I'm not passing them as my own. We're just using it just to show how certain outfits work. Now, as you can see, I actually have four different types of clothing here that you see. I have a hoodie. I have a hoodie, a shirt, long sleeve shirt, and also we have a jacket, but that's behind the hoodie, but we'll get to that last. So we're just doing four, and that's it. So just to let you guys know, I think majority of the time when it comes to drawing clothes, let's start with the hoodie first. The hoodie is not that hard. It's usually depending on what type of hoodie you're wearing, most people make their hoodie pretty baggy, pretty open. The stomach area will be usually very baggy. Sometimes the arms, depending on the style, but sometimes the arms could be a little bit more hoodie-ish, more big, thicker, and all that stuff. Now, the issue with this is that people draw a hoodie I guess like this, and just like a hoodie like this, and then tries to make it look as hoodie as possible, And that's perfectly fine. Like this. I might have to fast forward. Okay, so this is like typically how people would draw a hoodie. Big stuff. And the issue is they don't really put a lot of wrinkles. And I think the issue is that they don't tend to think on how the wrinkles actually work. They just assume that the wrinkles are going to be like here and here and here and just randomly here. They put it in random places, and it usually doesn't make any sense. And that's usually the problem. So we have to look at it more, I guess, objectively, if that makes sense. We have to look at like this is just wrong, just wrong in a sense. How I did it. So I'm going to show you how you do it properly. First thing, we have to understand that a hoodie is just a piece of fabric that's over our form, our particular subject. We have to go with the form or the contour of the individual. So let's use this as reference. So as you can see, the sleeves are not that like huge. I mean, not that loose, but mainly the stomach area is, but not all that big. So we're going to keep it rather somewhere mid, thin, but not too thick. As you can see, that there's the wrinkles here, wrinkling here. Oops. Let me get a better color. Not bigger. We got here, 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 and here. This wrinkles here, and I guess here, and I guess here. But what this symbolizes is that you notice that most of the wrinkles is where tension is happening. That's where you want the wrinkles to be. You just don't randomly put wrinkles anywhere because it's just not going to seem right. It depends on how gravity is affecting your shirts, your hoodies, your jackets. And like I said, you must understand the properties, like the material, like how thick, how thin, how heavy, how light the outfit is, because 9 times out of 10, if it's extremely thin and light, it's going to wrinkle more often. It's going to have more wrinkles than usual, if that makes sense. The more thinner the outfit is, well, thinner but yet light, it's going to wrinkle. If that makes sense. Like thin as a t-shirt. If it's thin as a t-shirt, flimsy as a t-shirt, it's going to wrinkle a lot. If it's like this long sleeve, it's thin. It's not skin tight, but it's thin. Usually things that are usually skin tight, as you can see. Oh well, not skin tight this one, but skin tight usually don't wrinkle. They stay as smooth as possible. Actually, I think they have no, I'm saying it wrong. If it's something really skin tight like Superman's outfit, it's not going to wrinkle. The only place it's going to wrinkle is mainly the joints or under the armpits. At best. It's not going to wrinkle like in the middle of the arm or here or here or here. No, if it's like Superman, I'm using Superman as an example. If it's like Superman, it's going to wrinkle at the armpits, the joints, and maybe around the waist. Maybe the waist at best. Because like the most movement, I'm saying, the most bending and movement, you're gonna see wrinkles there. But if it's like a shirt, you're gonna see a bunch of wrinkles at the arm. Let's use a long sleeve because Superman wears like a long sleeve outfit. So if it's like this, it'll be wrinkles on the side, wrinkles on the arm, shoulders, middle here, because they're loose. The looser the outfit is, the more wrinkles it's gonna be. But like if it's thick, if it's like really thick, like thick, like really thick, then and loose, it's going to wrinkle, but it's gonna wrinkle less in the sense of bunching together in big chunks. Does that make sense? Like, I hope that makes sense to you guys. I really hope that makes sense. So I'm gonna just draw it out to give you a better indication of what I'm trying to say here. Maybe if I draw it out, it'll help. So we're gonna go back to the hoodie. As you can see, I'm gonna draw it like this. Alright, so just to let you guys know, we're not focusing on pants today. I probably might do that for a separate video because that's something different on its own. But I think we got to the gist of this. So pretty much for hoodies, this is where I put most of the wrinkles. These are not random, but like I don't have to think most cases because I'm so used to doing something like this. But just to let you know, where I put most of my wrinkles was at the joints. 90% of the joints here, the elbow here, the elbow here. The tension will be here under the armpits at best. Perfect. Let me see. So like under where there's tension, because since this is a loose type of not thin hoodie but thick hoodie, there's not as much wrinkles as you probably think. Yeah, there's some like wrinkles that's pulled up and down like this. Oh, bad. Like this and stuff like that, but it's not crazy to the point that I'm just putting random wrinkles here, here, and here, and here. It makes sense. I thought these out most cases. So right here, oops, let me fix that circle. Here and here is where most of the wrinkles are coming from. I guess under the right here in the armpits here and here. There are some smooth lines. There's some smooth edges, not smooth edges, smooth contour, probably here and here. But like, there's still some wrinkles here that comes through, but not as much because the hoodie is much heavier and much wider, I guess, in a sense. But we're just going based on the model that we have. So I think that helps. I hope that helps. Like, most of the time in most of your drawings when it comes to clothing, depending of the fabric, because if it's like skin tight, like perfect example, like something from, I don't know, Evangelion. If it's like skin tight, that tight, you're not gonna see a lot of wrinkles all that much. Like I said earlier, the skin tightness will be mostly like Superman's outfit. It's gonna be like, or like an Ava, like the Ava suits, they're going to be extremely too tight. Like the only thing you're gonna see is probably like the tighter. Always think of it this way: the tighter the outfit, the smaller the wrinkles are. Like let me use an example. So like, let's just say we had an Ava suit on, right? We had an Ava suit. And it was like up to, I think the Ava suit stops up at the neck or so. And I think at the arms. And what happens is, we have our Ava suit on. If, for instance, the arm was to go up, the tension will be only at the armpits. Better yet, there won't be no wrinkles on, there won't be any indicating wrinkles on any other side of the body. If anything, it will not, because it's too skin tight, because skin tight stuff don't really wrinkle. I don't even think Superman's outfit is all that skin tight. It's skin tight, but I don't think it's close to the Ava's. They have to press a specific button for it to just even like stay as close to their skin as possible. That gives them more dynamic movement, wind resistance, all that type of stuff. I think even NASCAR racers, I don't think they wear skin tight stuff, but they wear special suits, or even people who are in the military who flies like certain fly certain airplanes have to wear special clothing just to, I guess, keep up with the flight. I think, if I'm right, you guys can actually like correct me on that if I'm wrong on that and stuff like that. But like that's how it goes. Like literally, the outfits have to be skin tight and all that stuff for it just to work. So this is something you have to remember. So not all outfits work the same, not even close. They work, but they don't work the same. They behave in a certain way, but some are going to be thicker in the joints, and if they're thicker and bigger and more loose, they're going to make big and bunching up joints here. Now we're going to go somewhere around the shirt, which is much more simple to deal with. Let's use this big guy right here. We're going to use him. So let's just get into it. I'm going to do a speed lapse like the last one. Okay, so I kind of pretty much got this right. I could say that the wrinkles are a bit exaggerated, but I think I hit the mark pretty well here on this big guy. I think I made the shirt a bit more looser and longer than it should have, but I think it hit its mark. So with this said, I think the lines could be a little bit more better, in my opinion. Because there we go. No. I think there we go. So yeah, I made him a little bit more easier to read with the wrinkles, because remember, the thinner the outfit is, the more likely it's gonna wrinkle, especially if it's not skin tight. if that makes sense. Okay. Now, as you can see, the wrinkles are here, a lot here, here on the waist, the hips, because it's loose, and it's, even when you're moving a little bit, there's so much wrinkles, but it's not to the point that it seems like it doesn't make sense. It makes sense in that aspect. It has to make sense. Like, gravity is pulling it down, so like if gravity's pulling it down, then there's gonna be a lot of wrinkles going downwards. They're never going upwards. The only time it looks like it's going upwards, I think most people think it's going up or something like that, is because if there's a long line like this, like, but it's being pulled by some type of tension, if anything, like this one, like this. If you can see it right here, this little line here is being pulled like this, or lines like this one. I know it's hard to see, but that one like that, something close to it. So we're going to go to the next one. We're going to go long sleeve. It's pretty much the same understanding of the t-shirt. If anything, just more wrinkles than the t-shirt. So that's something to look close to. And then we're going to go on the last one, and then we'll fix it up and come to an end. So I'm going to use a green, a dark green, so you guys can see it. Okay. So be right back, guys. I'm going to time lapse this so you guys don't want to sit here and watch this. See, okay, now we're totally done with this. Awesome. I think this looks close to what we were trying to accomplish. Actually, I should have made the buttons more, I should have put the buttons on the middle instead of the side. Let me fix that real quick. Alright, I think I got it right here. I got close as possible to the wrinkles on the one right here, but I think I hit the mark pretty well. I think it could have been a little bit better, but I think I put a little bit too much bumps on the side. I think I should have put a little bit more smoothing on some of them, but I think it's perfectly fine. I think it literally captures what you're looking at here. It captures the form of the character underneath, so the contours are pretty good. I think I can get away with it a little bit. I don't know what you guys may say in the comments, what you guys think. You can put your comments. Maybe I hit the mark, maybe I didn't. You can give for a scale 1 to 10, or 1 to 5. 5's the best, 1's is the most worst. But today we're just focusing on shirts only, just shirts. And then the following week I'll be focusing on pants. And then after pants, I'll be focusing on, I guess, dresses for girls, fabric for women as well. But we're focusing on the boys, so that's one thing. So since we got that out of the way, I think we hit the mark pretty well. All right, so what makes this one different compared to this one? Not much difference, but the thing is that as you can see that there's a lot of wrinkles, just like as much as this one, actually even more, because since the shoulders, the sleeves are much shorter, it's not gonna go all the way down to the wrist to make all those bumps and lumps. But since this is a long sleeve and it's thin, or probably even thinner than this shirt, it's gonna have a lot of bumps, and I have to make sure the contouring was right and all that stuff. And as you can see, I have the wrinkles falling down, but I can see here that some of the wrinkles are going more upwards, in a sense, but I made mine go down because gravity and all that stuff. You can make it go up because since there's high tension on the clothes, it will stay a certain. It has that rule that it can go up in a sense. It's not. I don't think it's going up per se, but it's just a lot of tension that it's trying to like escape whatever energy there is. So there's that. So I hope this helps you guys out there. I think I should have made this a little bit like that. I think I connect that. I think I made too much bump here. I should fix that, but later on. All right. So we're on the last and final one. I did the Avion. Oh, not really the Evangelion one. It was just an example. So let's get these guys out of the way. Thank you guys for being in here. I was gonna use an anime character, but I think it would have been much more better if, or I might just use probably for the thumbnail something from anime, but I think it was best if I just use something more realistic. So because I think people take too much from the anime side of drawing clothes and still don't understand what they're doing. But you have to learn from real life first, so I think that was best. I think the follow-up video will be having more anime characters in my next video. I usually do incorporate them in some form, but I think this was more important to show something more realistic for this time. So I'm sorry for those of you who didn't get to see an anime character get featured in this episode, but don't worry, there'll be more being featured in your next episode. Someone, probably a famous one. I'll still probably use the Evangelion, one of the characters, as for the thumbnail or so. But right now we're just gonna be focusing on this. Now we're gonna do the jacket. I'm gonna take this down, and we're going to. See, now this is a combining of the hoodie and a jacket. So a jacket is a lot more heavier. If it's like leather, then the wrinkling will be heavy. It will be thick, but yet it won't wrinkle as much depending on the literal action of the individual. So, like, let's use this guy for example. Right now, better yet, we might even use it for. I'll use it for. You know what? We'll use it for. We'll use him for this guy. I was gonna use it on the Evangelion suit I was doing, but this one. I think this one. Because like his arm is moving, so there's more movement, I guess. So let's use, I guess, purple. And then we'll get this done now. So I'm going to speed lapse through this, and then I'll talk to you guys in a second. Alright guys, so I think I got it pretty well here with the jacket and the hoodie. I think there's some parts that should be a little more refined better, because I think it's a bit too sketchy. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit here. I think I put a decent amount of wrinkles here and there. Excuse me, I have the hiccups. I think I put a decent amount of wrinkles here and there. I think I could have put a little bit more. That shows more indication of how heavy it is and stuff like that. But I think I did it well. I'm not used to drawing jackets myself, so like this is something that sometimes I lose me myself. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not perfect at this, but then again I have to try. If you don't try, then you'll never get good at it at all. Gotta get good. Gotta try. You know, it is what it is. So with that said, I hope this helps you guys out there. If anything, if you guys want to see anything you need to look at closely, is that, like I said, it's a heavy outfit. So since it's a heavier outfit, it's supposed to be a heavy outfit. This one, as you can see, it's a little bit more mid-heavy. It's like not super heavy. It's like somewhere in between. It's not even thin, to be honest. It's actually like mid-heavy-ish. Like it's not. How can I say this? It's not leather, but then again, it's not thin fabric. It's somewhere in between. It's just in middle, like mid-jacket type of, like a spring jacket, if it makes anything. And then there's something you wear in spring, like early winter type of outfit, I think, if that makes sense. Let me see, let me fix this arm real quick. This is looking kind of weird. Look like something else. Okay, and then there you go. Let me show a more indication where that is. I think this could have been better. The jacket is not that great. I would fix under here, but it is what it is. So with that said, guys, thank you so much for coming in. If there's anything you need to look at closely, like I said, the right here and here, I only point on the joints, the shoulders, and I guess here on the hips. If any real wrinkles is happening, it's pretty much underneath the shirt, because I think the hoodie is a lot thinner than the actual jacket to show indication of the hoodie. If that makes any sense. But I think I got it pretty much from that point. I got pretty close. I think I'm going down sick. With that said, thank you guys for coming in. If you guys want to support, there's the Patreon. I have the Patreon out, so you guys, if you want to, pledge or anything like that, I'm having things come out soon for the Patreon, so just look out for that. I'm brand new to it, so if it's going a little slow, please forgive me on that. I'm trying to have some content up there as well. There's more videos other than just anatomy or anything like that. Anything dealing with anime stuff. I'd like to thank you guys so much for coming in. It was so much awesome talking to you guys. If you want to talk to me, I'll be on Instagram mainly. I'll be live streaming there as well. Same thing as Twitch. I'll be live streaming there at the same time on Instagram. And I might be live streaming on YouTube as well. I will show the schedule on my descriptions when I'm live streaming and on Instagram. And I think on Patreon as well. So you guys can catch me whenever you want. So you can ask me whatever you need, any questions, or just want to hang out and chill, have a drawing session, because that's what I pretty much do, and all that good stuff. I think I pretty much hit the mark with everything else with all the outfits. Let me take this out here. Thank you, random models from Pinterest, for being patient with me as well. So I think the best idea is that we're going to focus next week on probably superhero outfits, to be more on to the capes. I might bring One Punch Man in, or something like that, to show like different superhero capes, My Hero Academia characters, and focus on their aesthetics, on their outfits, and why they picked X, Y, and Z. We'll see. So this is more an in-depth study on those things. I might make that even a Patreon content for those of you who are more into that type of character design or anything like that. That'd be cool. But I think next week we'll focus, or if I don't get around to that, I might just focus on pants, if anything. So there's that. I hope I at least touched upon some things that were helpful in this, just to clear everything up and just justify what I'm trying to tell you, or just to give you a generalization. Always remember, when you're dealing with a hoodie that's usually like mid-heavy, mid-thin, it's gonna wrinkle a lot around at the overall arm itself, but mainly at the points of tension where it's under the armpits, the elbows and stuff like that. If it has to do with a shirt, a thin shirt, like, oh, I get rid of this. If it has to do with a thin shirt or anything like that, it's gonna wrinkle around the arm, mainly the waist, or anything, because remember the hoodie's gonna be more thicker, so it's not gonna be as wrinkly. It's gonna have big, long lines of wrinkles, but that's to show. So longer the line, the bigger the wrinkle. The longer the line, the bigger the wrinkle. The bigger the thickness of the shirt. The thinner the shirt, the thinner line you'll be using. You'll be using thinner lines, if anything. If something in between like this will be like long sleeve, it'll be between long and short, because since it's a long sleeve shirt, there's gonna be more going on with tension and stuff like that. And then Ava-like outfits, like skin-tight outfits, which we will be probably focusing on next week or the following week, like superhero outfits, like I mentioned. Maybe mainly, most of the wrinkles will be mainly at the center of the armpits, the joints, and that's pretty much it. If anything, the neck, because the neck moves too, so there might be some indication of that, but it's very, very rare you ever see that. With the jacket, like I mentioned before, it's gonna be here, arms, stuff, because it's gonna be smooth on one side. Because remember, when you're showing tension, like if you're bending your arm, for instance, if you're bending your arm, I'll just make this quick reference. If you're bending your arm, the wrinkles will be here, but it's gonna smooth on this side, because since it's stretching, there's no wrinkles all that much. The wrinkles will be on the side where it's most bending. So the bending, and you have to go with the contour. Remember that. Go with the contour when doing this. Don't just put a wrinkle, right? Don't just put a wrinkle everywhere. And number one thing you want to be as random as possible. But don't be random to the point that it doesn't make any sense. Please make sure that when you're putting the random lines, it's following the contour of your subject, and also, or the form of your subject. And don't be trying to make, since this line's big, I make this line big and make this line big. It doesn't work like that. It's like randomly put like here, you know where you're going here, put like a little bit here, and just be extremely random, but don't put too much to the point that it looks like crazy. Try to get a good feel of it. Try a few times. After a while of doing this, you'll get used to it. And also put bumps. Always put bumps. Bumps does give it like a more realistic look, or at least a believable bending of the outfit, if that makes any sense. Like I bend it like this, like that. You know, so it's smooth here, but it wrinkles and bends over here. Wrinkles and bends. WB is over here, and it smooths out here. So whenever you're stretching an arm in a certain way, depending on the fabric, it's mostly going to smooth out from stretching, but when it's bending, it's going to wrinkle and bend. That's pretty much, wrinkle and bump. That's pretty much what it is. That's all much. I think that's pretty much what I can say for now. If there's anything I missed, please let me know, guys, in the comments. Please, this will be on YouTube. I don't know if I'm still gonna put this on Instagram. I'm still kind of debating on this, or I should put this on the Patreon. I'm still trying to figure this out. So this will be on YouTube, guaranteed. But I don't know if I'm still gonna put this type of content on Instagram. I might just leave that to the live streaming. I'm not sure yet, but we'll figure it out. So. And I'm not gonna be quite honest, it did take me some time to actually get this right. A few tries here and there, so I didn't do it on the first try. I had to really like try my hardest to make this look as believable as possible. So with that said, guys, thank you so much. Keep it plus ultra. I'm Jace Reaver. Thank you for being patient with me. My throat's going out, you can probably hear it. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Just to let you know, if you want support, go over to Patreon. If you want to join the social medias and all that great stuff and want to show support, it'll be awesome for you guys to do that. I highly appreciate it. You can check out the perks and tiers that's there on Patreon. If you want to see the merch from Redbubble that I have up there, it's also in descriptions below, so you can check everything out. I also if you want to also know the equipment I use, it's at the descriptions above. You can just click on the link there, and you can see what stuff I use to make my videos, or at least the equipment I use to literally make these videos in any way, shape, or form for my streams and anything like that. So you can try those affiliate links. So that's how you can actually support and help the channel. With that said, alright guys, I'm out. Have a great day. Bye bye.